Sweat Equity podcast and streaming show, pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and dick jokes. I'm your host, Law Smith. Sitting to my right, your left on the news dial is Eric Reginger. Hashtag GirthyRI, hashtag 69BB, hashtag Sweat Equity, sweatequitypod.com for all your podcast-related questions. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Laughable, YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo. This episode, number 246, is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Ooh, a new one.
ExpressVPN, try expressvpn.com/sweat. Get 3 months free.
Wow.
Yeah, out of an annual plan, 3 months free. That goes a long way. Look,
it's a good time to know how to do a VPN right now.
VPN, do you want anybody knowing what you've been searching here?
Right.
In your dungeon?
Yes. Actually, let's talk. We should talk about this after we get done with the ad read.
Try expressvpn.com/sweat. 3 months free. You got to use that URL. Try expressvpn.com/sweat. It'll help you cloud what you're looking for in the cloud. Ooh, yeah.
Is that theirs?
No, it's ours.
You came up with.
Look. Sometimes
that's good.
Necessity breeds innovation, baby. Just like the technology used in the athletic wear of Roan. Try Roan.com/sweat.com. Get you $20 off. You got to use the link and the promo code BRIDGE20. Try Roan.com/sweat. Get you 20% off the highest end kind of tech athletic wear. I don't know what you call it.
Makes Under Armour look so stupid.
It's for like high end. It's for the high end people we're kind of garbage people, but we look good. Try Roan.com/sweat. Get 20% off your entire cart. Use the promo code BRIDGE20 just in case that URL doesn't click for you. If you need to click over to another phone call, do it with Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. Get you $75 off an annual plan for that business phone line. Don't have that Google Voice number. Don't be a jabroni. Don't have it go to your phone and just go hello. You want a separate business phone line that you can say, Dick Suck Industries,
sure,
yeah, something like that.
Give me one of them.
I don't know why that was the name of the company I came up with, but try grasshopper.com/sweat. Get you $75 off an annual plan. I use it. I am a member, and I like it. I have it on one cell phone. I just have it in another app. It's on my desktop too. So while we're doing this podcast, I can see when calls come in, and I can ignore them as well, just like you do on the regular phone.
Too.
Another app I like to use, a web-based browsed app, GoFreshBooks, gofreshbooks.com/sweat. Gets you 30 days trial on your accounting software. Better than Xero, better than QuickBooks. It's direct deposit next business day. No one else does that in the game. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. You can get your CPA to have his own login or her login. And GoFreshBooks.com/sweat is the only way you get that 30-day trial, and it kicks a little back to us. Warby Parker, WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. Warby Parker's been my eyeglassware for the last 6 years, and what WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat does, it helps this show, it helps you get 5 free pairs to try on at home. That's WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat, and let's start the show. Hotty toddy!
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
Sorry.
I'm looking at the live stream studio software off to the side. You're frozen on your single. If you go to yourself on your laptop, and then that max out, I think I'm bleeding.
Oh, yeah, pussy.
Just because you got an old school hoop it up shirt doesn't mean you got the power to.
Dude,
for
how about
everything.
this, right? My dad found it, and I was saying this is from when they still did hoop it up in downtown Tampa. So you know how bad the roads are in downtown Tampa.
Well, it's like New Orleans. Like
Sure.
we're like technically under sea level at certain points.
Yeah, and those roads are far from perfectly flat.
Yeah.
It was a shit show, but it was cool. playing underneath the skyscrapers and
My
stuff.
favorite thing was everybody illegally put what age they were because there's no IDs to check.
Don't get me started on that.
I get started. I
Dude,
want to hear about it.
Well, when they were playing at the fairgrounds.
Look, everybody in every city that played Hoop It Up that I've talked to, because it'd be a reference I'd throw out there back in the day as a fun little. And I didn't know every city had it. I thought it was kind of in the southeast. I guess it was a touring thing.
Yeah, it was like a traveling circus.
I played Pump It Up or Air It Out. That was
Air It Out,
yeah,
yeah.
the football one. Which
That one
we got
wasn't as
smoked.
aggressive.
I had a super team and we got smoked.
Yeah.
And we lied about our age.
Right. Well, dude, we went to the
My dad
finals.
laughed the whole drive home.
We went to the finals one year, and we were, scraping and clawing our way to get to the finals, and we get there, and it's against the PAL team that we have no idea what that means. And we get there, it's a police athletic league, put together this team of goons that were, we were probably 14 or 15 at the time, and there's no way these guys, they might have been cops.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they were like, it was like our biggest guy was the size of all their guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, is that fun for you? Get your little trophy? Like,
Yeah.
we heard this shit.
Yeah, it is.
I had it for a while. I know. I wish I would have lied. Dominated some 12-year-olds.
You know what was funny? And look, this is just the type of ball you play. The friends team that I would have, because I wasn't good at basketball. I wasn't good enough. I could board, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm that guy you want to play with on your team because I'll play defense and board.
Right. Yeah.
But-
Hustle.
But
Piss off the other team.
yeah, I'll take a good three every now and again, but that's about all I'm good for.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the best teammate and the worst when you're playing with a group of friends where you're just jumping on each other's teams back and forth.
Right.
So they're like, fuck, man. You're gonna try
I guess
and
you
stuff.
even out the team.
I'm like, of course I'm gonna try. Why wouldn't I try to play defense a little bit? I'm not like
you just sucked that bad that they thought you weren't trying.
no, I'm not doing. I'm not gonna press like full court,
Full court
press
press,
the
yeah.
whole time. But I am gonna I'm gonna try to do. If I can't, I'm not gonna out dribble anybody, right? So what do I got? I'm faster than most of the people out there, so I can hustle.
Yeah.
Anyway, my favorite thing was like, and this is how my high school football team played. We played super fundamental, like super boring.
Sure.
Run 2 times, throw it on third if we have to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll never get called offsides.
Yeah. Well, that's
'cause
how
we're
our
super-
Catholic school teams had to be.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how we were in basketball too.
We had
it was
4
like
black guys on our football team.
we only had like 2.
Well,
But like
we're
for basketball, we were the same way. It was like we're just going to be the best conditioned team because we're not going to be taller than anybody, and we're not going to really outrun anybody.
Yeah.
But we can at least run all day,
right.
and out hustle you. And
We're not going to have the skill position guys, but we're going to have the offensive linemen are going to start coming our way because the big white guys that can't play any other sports. They're going to start coming to our high school, and so our offensive line was bigger than I think we looked at it. We were like a 10 pounds under the average college line or something like that. Like
yeah, dude.
Top 25
Well, I mean,
in high school though. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What's funny is Law and I went to quote unquote rival high schools, Tampa Catholic and Jesuit, and my high school
I have no
I
beef.
think has lost like 23 years in a row. Like I don't
wouldn't even
ever
know.
remember even it being a game with you guys, and we. I'm in high school. It wasn't that long because, obviously it was 20 years ago, whatever. But like,
God,
we
didn't
still
wanna
had
say- you didn't
hope.
wanna
Like,
say it out
we
loud.
might beat them. It's like, oh no, this is like we're not going to do that. We're not going to beat you guys. I don't understand why we're getting all hyped up for it.
I remember the frenzy of making them think like they made us think y'all were good, and we would be like, shit, well we can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of psychology and a lot of don't fuck up. But in Hoop It Up, my friends, because I would. When you're not playing, you just go there for the day to hang out.
Oh yeah,
You're that guy. You're the chubby friend that's not playing. That's
well, dude, it's good theater, man.
But
Fights break out every 5 minutes.
So everybody my age, all my group of friends, they would lie to say 1 year younger, and then the real badasses, they go down 3 levels, and there'd be a guy with a mustache that said he was an 11-year-old. You're like, this guy's 6'2".
Yeah,
He's
I know.
dunking. I love that whole part of it that everybody cheated though.
Right.
there's not one person that didn't lie about their age just
Sure.
a little bit.
And I mean, that was the last year we played. The year we went to
It's
the
like
finals.
how most people do taxes, not me.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
Yeah.
that's another.
Yeah,
Iggy on
they
the
all
backside.
lie. I don't.
Yeah.
No, my CPA won't let me.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
We use
if
FreshBooks.
you're not playing the game.
GoFreshbooks.com.
Yeah. What was I saying about Hoop It Up? I don't know. I don't care.
That you've got a shirt that looks like 1993 Clemson
Yep.
because
Well,
it's purple and orange,
it's the only one I got.
and it's that kind of font.
I guess I was just talking about how we of course did do the cheating and still were dwarfed by these gentlemen.
But my friends that played like fundamental, like pass it, focus on passing, making sure they're open space and stuff, even on cracked dog track parking lot ground. That's where ours were, out in the so fucking hot
Yeah,
too.
played
The
there
hot,
too.
the darkest dark
No
parking
shade.
lot,
Yeah.
no shade. And that's before all those stupid canopy tents that people bring out to the beach. Don't you hate those things? Because you get deputized to put those out.
Oh yeah,
and it's
get
like
to work.
I wouldn't have brought this if I had to put it out.
I know.
Right?
They are nice though at the beach.
My thing is tough it out, hoop it up, tough it out, air it out.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's because I'm a little brown boy now. You see how tan I am?
Yeah. I can get a close up.
Yeah.
No.
You
you
see?
look so tan.
Ooh.
Look shiny.
Yeah. I blend in with the wall. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that vitamin D in. I listen to a lot of Rogan. By the way, $100 million deal with Spotify.
Yeah.
If we're riding a wave of some sort with podcasts, we don't know where we fit in that. We're a very small ripple, but there's
We're
900,000.
the ones caught in the undertow that the lifeguard's watching very closely.
R.I.P. to that wrestler that died.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, way to bring down my joke.
Well, I thought that's where you're going.
What?
I don't know.
Never
That's-
mind.
When does a famous person get
What?
a rip current death?
Hey, if they can't swim well,
What are you saying?
I
Because
don't
he's
know.
black?
Is
Gee-
he? I don't
jeez,
know that.
Eric, wow.
All I said was he can't
Is that-
swim well.
Is that what they teach you and Channing
Way to
Tatum
make
at
it
Tampa
racial.
Catholic?
Way to make it racial.
All right. But that's what is where were we? Well, now I want to just keep calling you racist the whole time.
Yeah. Well, okay. While I'm thinking of it, the VPN thing. Did
Yeah.
you see that the FBI? I don't know if it actually passed, but there's a law. I think it went through that the FBI can pretty much look up your search history however they want with no warrant. Now
That gets tricky. I don't know. No, I haven't seen that. I'm trying to pull up an
well,
article.
it's a new thing. But yeah,
What, they just have carte blanche to do it?
yeah.
Well, if you really want to do it, the best way to do it is you can get an onion router and you can get a VPN and use both of those.
Right.
Although
but
the onion
also-
router, they can look up that. But
Yeah. And also ask yourself, does it really matter?
no, I
Does your
mean,
search history really matter? Other than the
So-
embarrassing pornography that people, want to hide. Other than that, what else is there?
well, I don't know. That gets
Criminal
a
activity.
that gets a slippery slope kind of thing where you're like, neither you nor I, we don't really care if we're surveilled because we don't do anything wrong day to day. However, the anti-establishment in both of us doesn't like that.
Yeah, I
So
don't like it either.
I think a
but-
lot of people are conflicted in that regard. I think most people are in that kind of zone in America. I feel like with ExpressVPN, the thing that I liked about it, I wouldn't have actually taken it as an offer for a podcast sponsor if I didn't know my whole thing is it easy to use? Like, is it 3 clicks and boom?
Right.
Then that makes sense to me, right? And that's going to come out as there's going to be more and more of that. I feel like philosophically with the vaccine for coronavirus stuff, what people don't talk about is our ability to be entrepreneurial and figure out stuff collectively. Like, people are like, well, the average, it takes 4 years to make a vaccine. Okay.
Yeah.
And we've never gotten one for the flu, really. We don't have them for certain things already. And it's like, okay, but I think
Humans do amazing
right.
shit.
If we
every day.
collectively, with the effort we have now, I mean, look at what we kind of did together as far as self-quarantining in one direction. I'm not saying the results are what we wanted economically, but at the same time, look at what we could have done collectively, and we weren't even near I would say 75% participation in that. You know,
Yeah.
I'd say about a quarter of the people I knew still were doing whatever they're going to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you close restaurants and gathering places, it does limit things.
Right, but I mean, you drive a truck, you're still driving a truck.
Sure.
There's
but that's quarantining itself.
those guys are kind of on their own.
Self-quarantine.
Yeah, they're on their own anyway, for the most part. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. I just feel like what people don't throw out there as trying to look at the futures, they don't really look at the collective whole of, like, okay, if we all work together in innovating something, like Dyson made that ventilator in like 10 days.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That was
probably the coolest ventilator because that's what they do. But
Dyson breather. I
can't
do the Dyson guy voice. But
same with like Elon Musk making ventilators. Like in 2 weeks, they kind of made what they could, and that's what a lot of manufacturers are doing. They're pivoting to go, what do we have laying around that we can help with? Baseball uniforms for the MLB and the minors. Those companies went into just making masks.
Oh,
did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so I feel like we don't really account for ingenuity when it's called upon or when necessary.
Something interesting. I got for my house. I have these. They're called Wyze, WYZE cams, security cameras. Basically, they're like $30. They're great if you want to get a cheap security camera. That's
Is it
works
on
well.
Amazon?
Yeah, they're on Amazon. But I was on the app and it popped up that it said masks at $24 a case. The Wyze team has curated for the Wyze community masks that we're going to sell to whoever owns these cameras. And I was like, that is
what
weird.
Wait, I don't even follow. Hold on. I'm thinking of Wyze potato chips, number one.
Right. You're hungry.
Which are bad.
Well, it was just on an app, basically for security cameras. Pops up and says, "Hey, if you want to buy masks at whatever this, I don't know if it's a good rate or not.
Yeah.
$24 a case, which I think is pretty good at this point.
I would, yeah. Even if there's 24
Maybe
of
we should
them, I
call
guess.
Nikki, but
Your wifey?
yeah, dude. I mean, ask her about PPE stuff. Get her started. But yeah, they were like offering it to their community of people who own their cameras. That's so weird to me. Like, why?
Yeah, there could be deals there. I could see why, I guess.
I guess in theory it's a nice thing to offer. Sure,
maybe the person selling them's trying to get to people of some sort. Maybe someone in marketing goes, well, the correlation between people that are buying security cameras are going to be the people that also are worried about having enough stock of face masks.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of weird products out there that you can't find.
Like what?
Coffin freezers, for one.
What have you been looking?
Oh, well, from ice baths.
When are we going hunting? That's what I want. Get some deer meat in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was looking at them just because, my new ice bath is like twice the size of my old one, and I don't have room for the 60 pounds of ice that I need at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was doing the same, looking for one, and she said they're all out. And this was after, a couple weeks ago they were fine.
What about like Craigslist and stuff? That's where I really look, is like when the secondary market is selling stuff. Remember I was telling you, like, those click weights, the Nordic Track ones that you have, the ones that, for those that don't know, they're the ones that like are space savers essentially, and they can go up to 50 pounds a dumbbell, and you just click them down or up, and you can change the weight on the dumbbell. They're awesome, and I was like, I saw some of them for $1,000 in probably late March, early April, and I was like, if there's a time to sell the ones you have, fucking that's it.
Well, they do. I mean, they are $500 normally. The Bowflex official brand that actually hold up and stuff. But
is it Bowflex?
Yeah, I think that's who makes them. I can't see it. But yeah, just side note, if you can't go to the gym yet, which my gym has reopened, but I haven't gone yet.
I've gone. Might go after this.
Good, you should. But
yeah,
they're great.
The Bowflex Select Tech, like 552, which is kind of the one.
Yeah, that's them.
They've got they're mostly black with the little red in the middle in between them.
Yep.
The plates, they're selling for $650 on eBay.
Yeah. Well, easy alternative resistance bands.
Yep.
I think it's by Black Mountain Products. They're on Amazon too. $30. And it comes with all the smaller ones, but you can get heavier ones. You can use 2 at a time.
Yeah.
But I mean, that stuff, if you're not going to get bigger from using the resistance bands, but at our age, we're not getting bigger ever again. Like there's very little growth happening.
Speak for yourself.
Let's get that roid stuff.
I'm getting Dalvin Cook triceps.
Diana ball.
Yeah.
But those things, they're good too. Like they do the job. It's just a matter of getting out and getting them.
Yeah. No, you just have to
work.
Most people just pivoted to fit. A lot of what's
I'm just
going.
fat now.
Well, I heard someone call it the COVID-19, like the freshman 15, which I think is pretty funny.
I heard quarantine 15. Whatever.
The one I heard's funnier.
Why?
Because it's the actual name of the thing.
Are you just calling it the pounds?
Like I got the COVID-19.
I disagree.
It could be more confusing, so maybe not. So what I'm saying is, did you just try to get taller than me on camera?
No, I raised the microphone. I can raise my seat up too, bro.
So, because you got the saddle seat. But what I was saying is, I think everybody just you figure out how to pivot. A lot of people are trying to figure out, myself included, trying to figure out extra work that I can pick up on top of the full-time job I'm doing, on top of this too, which is a part-time job that's fun, I would say. We don't.
Okay.
Oh, Bert Kreischer's calling me.
Bert Kreischer is calling us right now. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, it's Bert.
Bert, you're on our podcast, Sweat Equity, right now. Is that all
Holy
right?
shit.
I'm pulling what you do.
He sounds white, doesn't he? What do you, you're on
Yeah.
my podcast.
No way. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Our podcast can 69?
Our podcasts are 69ing right now.
How you doing, man?
Good. How's Tampa?
Tampa's hot as shit. How, this is really strange. I was just talking about you about 15 minutes ago. How you bring people on.
Did you call him?
I didn't call him.
No fucking way.
I swear to God.
No way.
Yeah. Synchronicities.
Shut up, bro.
I'll call you right back.
All right, see ya.
No way.
Yeah.
He just called you randomly?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to I don't. That is so weird.
Yeah. That's really weird.
His name's going in the title of this
Fuck yeah,
episode.
it
Bert
is.
Kreischer. Thanks for being a guest.
That is really strange.
Dude, what?
I thought he changed his number too. That's funny.
Oh my God, that's weird.
Yeah. I've had a lot of those synchronicities lately, man.
Yeah.
Like, was telling you, the Fred Willard thing, right?
Yeah.
Fred Willard died, right? Before you told me about it on Slack that day, on last Saturday.
Right.
Before you told me about it, what's it called? So I was thinking about when I was in Chicago, opening for Kevin Bozeman at the Zanies in Chicago, and Fred Willard came in to watch.
Yeah.
I was watching Community that Saturday morning. I've been binge watching on your Hulu account.
You're the one.
I've been watching Community because it's all the stuff from our office, so all the Fire Sticks and shit.
Yeah.
They still have half my logins, half your logins in there. But I'm watching it. Fred Willard's on an episode as Chevy Chase in one of the episodes.
Dude, I saw something. I was watching.
I haven't thought about him in 5 years.
No, I had something else on. Put it on. I don't remember what it was. It's gonna drive me fucking nuts. But he showed up, like randomly. Fred Willard on something, and I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this because Fred Willard's in it." I was like, "Oh my God, he's in this? What the fuck? What is happening?"
Yeah, and
let's go buy lottery tickets.
What was weird about that is I was thinking about Fred Willard, how nice that guy was, that he came up to me after and said, like, you did really great. He didn't have to do that. I'm always amazed. Like, Bert is one of those guys, too, that he didn't have to be nice to me when I moved to LA and help me out and just kind of point me in the right direction. He didn't have to let me open for him when he would come into town, and he did. And then in another weird synchronicity on top of that is Bert's giving me the best compliment of my life. When I moved back to Tampa, I was kind of sour.
Your dick isn't that small.
I was, well, he hasn't seen it, but I got out of the water. I got out of the pool with wearing Umbros so you could see the impression.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
remember in high school when you're like,
yeah.
I don't have board shorts, but I got basketball shorts.
These will be fine. These
This'll
silk
be
boxers
fine.
will be fine.
I'll just make a tent out of it as soon as I get out of the water, so
Yeah.
it doesn't stick. Like
Yeah.
it looks like I'm wearing like a fucking skin suit or something.
Yes.
And so Bert gave me like kind of in a weird way one of the best compliments I've ever had in my life, which is I just moved back here from LA, and kind of about a year after moving back here, and I was at the Tampa Improv, and he was in town, so I just showed up. I was showing up just to watch his show, sitting at the bar, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I didn't know you were here." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I moved back." And he was like, "Dude, you're living like you're fucking doing it, man." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Every time I see you on Facebook or whatever, you're doing some kind of party I wish I was at." I was like, "What? You? You were fucking you're Van Wilder."
Yeah, what?
Yeah. So shit like that. And it's just weird synchronicities that he probably hasn't called me in 5 years.
That is, dude,
6 years.
that is so weird. We
Yeah.
were talking before this because we were trying to think of somebody we would call up, and you go, "Oh, we'll just call up Bert Kreischer." That's what he does on his podcast. He calls him, and he fucking called you.
Yeah. The great magnet, the law of attraction, all that stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now we got nothing else to talk about. No.
Why did he call though and hang up?
I don't know. I couldn't.
I don't give a shit.
Count it. We were on his podcast.
Yeah.
He's talking to someone. I don't know who. And all I could hear was him giggling.
I know he really did. He
Yeah.
verified himself.
I think
for
because
sure.
my first name's Will, and he was telling someone he knows another Will Smith or something. Because that's what I went by
Oh,
growing up.
and
I think
I bet that probably
because
was the
he
joke.
said something like that. Because he got a deal with the real Will Smith.
Oh, good for him.
Like growing up in his 20s.
Oh,
But I think like I don't know. It sounded like a prank call almost, which is fine.
yeah, fine.
I was saying right before we started, let's call Tripoli, but he's got 2 baby girls, and I don't want to bother him, so I kind of want to plan that out. That's just funny.
Weird, man.
But yeah,
I'm all discombobulated.
all right. So we've got 5 minutes left. So what I want to do is I'll give everybody out there. I don't know if I did this on the last podcast or a previous couple, but what's it called? You need to follow if you're looking for that kind of gig, that extra gig. One thing you can do, I would follow Adam. His name is Adam Kaparick. I'll probably butcher his last name. Adam
Karpiak.
Karpiak? Yeah. Adam Karpiak. He wouldn't come on the show because he preferred to remain private. Which
Now you've outed him.
No. I told him I'm going to use him as a reference. So
Oh, okay.
I tried to book him on. He's like, I'm much better just with what I'm doing on here. So like something I saw today that he posted was like, hey, recruiters spend longer than he is a like recruiting consulting firm, but he's very funny when you follow his stuff about like he'll give you pointers on like, okay, you do have to follow the PDF. You should have a PDF version over a doc version uploaded as a resume for this reason, because the doc versions don't get scanned well. He'll give you like real practical advice if you're trying to find another job. But like he wrote, like recruiter spends longer than 6 seconds reviewing the resume. If applicants spend longer than 6 seconds reading the job and hit easy apply.
Yeah.
So like he'll throw out stuff like that. I like following his account because he's kind of witty, but he's in our kind of lane, I would say. That's why I wanted him to be a guest on the show. But I would follow him, and then a friend of ours, a couple of lawyers were looking for a WordPress guy, but they didn't want to hire me or you because they didn't want to hire friends. They wanted to hire someone they can fire. And I'm like, all right, here's a list of people, but after that, go to Upwork, put your skills up there, list your pricing. Then you can go on Tory, you can go on Bark.com, You can put your stuff on LinkedIn with LinkedIn Pro Finder.
Yep.
There's a myriad of places out there that
Yeah.
you have to really kind of start looking in your niche too.
Yeah.
And then start talking to recruiters if you really want to get like, a contracted job on top of the one you're doing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you think of any other sites like that? I was trying to think of other good ones. I have like 40 of them, but none of them are really like.
Yeah, Bark is the one that had the where you kind of bid for jobs.
You have like
right?
casino chips essentially. Like they're like
Right.
you have 40 bark
bucks.
Yeah, something
whatever
like
they
that.
are.
And then you can go, all right, I want to bid on this gig for 10 bark bucks. But they guarantee, if you do the premium, they guarantee that you'll get a job out of it. So it seems like no matter what, you'll get some money back, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, that's pretty good. The problem with all those is, or with everybody not doing them, is you have to continually just keep doing it. So like, hey, maybe you get a gig, maybe you get 2 full-time gigs that you're happy with. You should still keep updating that profile so you can not take gigs, but you're there when you need them.
Yeah.
Same goes for doing your own website. I would say that's the biggest thing. Do your own website on Squarespace, make a resume, and then show the work you've done.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
Not that my work with MDI, it's stilted because we're in the B2B sector. I'm talking to manufacturers, all the unsexy stuff in supply chain. They're
Ain't nobody spending
they're all
money right
holding,
now,
right?
yeah.
It's big ticket items for big ticket sales. So those things take longer to really develop relationships. It becomes harder when we can't meet in person kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all my stuff kind of paused. So at the same time, I'm just trying to hedge what I can do professionally.
Yeah. Just put it on sweatequitypod.com. Let them go there.
That too.
I mean, just throw it up there.
But those are
Both do it.
Upwork. If you're a digital specialist, that's probably the best one to be on. And
Yeah?
look, you're going to take shitty jobs at first. It's going to feel like Fiverr, and then you grow that profile, and I need to update my shit too.
Yeah. Chances are, I mean, I don't know. I'm asking. You should it be like focus on one, or you think you should be?
Yeah, one's going to be your lead dog, but you should update all the other
You should
ones
do
too.
all of them. You think?
Well, think about it. It's like SEO, right? You want to be available to everybody.
Yeah.
You want your Google My Business listing. That's going to bring in most of the people searching for you, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't go on like Moz or Yext and have yourself listed on everything else.
Yeah.
That's how I think about
Yeah.
it.
Sure. Yeah. Yext. That's kind of I don't know.
We're trying to get the
Seems to
brand
me-
chief officer from Yext to come on. So
Oh, I love Yext.
he's a family friend.
Just seemed like a kind of a.
They're the same thing.
Well, they have like Yahoo and like
Yeah.
the off-brand, everything
They bought
inclusive. They got a bunch of
They
little
bought
stuff.
like 40 directories
Right.
that you can only get through them.
Yes.
But if you're a small business, I was trying to help someone else out. I was like, look, just go on Moz or Yext, pay the $100 a year. You're pretty much strong-armed in doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's been our show.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Well,
SweatEquityPod.com.
What about my sweat equity?
This show featuring Bert Kreischer.
Sweat equity.
thanks, Bert.
Sweat equity.
Great 30
Sweat
seconds.
equity. my sweat equity.